Hi there, thanks for joining me for this workout today. Today we'll be going through a quick oblique workout in side kneeling, so really moving through some different side bending to get those obliques burning and working. I do recommend, if you get a sore knee when you're side kneeling, is just make sure you've got an extra towel handy that you can pop under your knee for a bit of extra support. Otherwise, let's get started. All right, so pick a side that you want to start with. I'm going to start with my right leg out to the side. So I'm popping a little bit of extra padding under my left knee. Coming up into kneeling here, then taking the right leg out to the side, supporting the foot on the mat there. That leg is going to be nice and long for support. Again, under this knee, make sure you've got it in a comfortable position before we get started. In this position, both hips should be facing forward towards the front and nice and level. We don't want one tipped back or the other tipped back, both facing towards the front. Chest is proud, shoulders back and down. Hands are going to come behind the head, elbows nice and open wide. Core is engaged, so the ribs are connected down to the hips so they're not flaring up towards the sky. Bottom is tucked slightly under, so we're protecting the lower back as well. From here, we're starting with a side bend. So bending down through the waist, taking the elbow down towards the floor and squeezing to shorten the side waist and lift back up. Lowering down, squeeze through that side waist to return to the starting position. You want your weight to be even between this knee that's on the mat here, but also a little bit through this long leg that's poking out to the side. So as you lower down, inhale to return, exhale to lower. As you come back up, really focus on shortening that distance between the side waist here, bringing the ribs down towards the hip or the elbow down towards the hip. If you prefer breathing in the other way, so if you inhale to lower, exhale to come back to center, that's fine as well. Just try both ways and find what works best for you. We've got 3 more here. Really isolating that bend through the body. The rest of the body should be staying nice and still. Last one here. We're going to add in some arms now. So one hand down by the side like a teapot, and the other over the head. This is called mermaid. We're going to use this top hand to lead that bend forward, hold for a moment, swapping hands, leading hand takes us back to the middle. Let's go. Exactly the same movement, just adding that little pause at the bottom while we change hands. Making sure both those hips are staying forward, keeping that rib to hip connection so that ribs aren't flaring out, the bottom's not poking out. Remember to use your breath, making sure you're not holding your breath. Doing really well. We've got 2 more exercises on this side and then we'll swap over to the other side. Those obliques are going to be firing. Last one here. Down, switch, return to the starting position. All right, hands come behind the head again. We're lowering down to the side, twisting towards the floor, extending the arms, returning, untwist, and return back to that starting position. So a few different components with this one. Just try and follow along with me. Bend, twist, extend, return, twist, return. Let's go. So again, just putting those muscles under a little bit more tension. You also might feel the area that's being worked change slightly as we add that rotation. As you rotate, making sure that hip is staying forward and you're not losing that control and your bottom's poking back. Still working on that breath. Just a couple more here. One more. Nicely done. Last bit of work on this side. We're coming halfway down and pulsing. So small, little bend through the waist here, really isolating that movement to lengthen and shorten. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, feel the burn. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. One side done. Just come to the center for a moment. If you would like, you can pop your hand down to the side, grab that other arm and just reach over to stretch through that side waist that we've just worked hard. Have a couple of breaths here. As you feel that stretch. And unfold there. If you've got that padding, make sure you swap that to your other knee as we get set up to work the other side. So again, making sure that knee is comfortable with a bit of additional padding if you need. Other leg comes nice and long out to the side. Foot flat on the floor. Hands come behind the head. We're starting with that side bend. Remember to have the hips forward and level facing towards the front. Cores engaged, ribs down towards the hips. I'll just fix up my knee a little bit. There we go. Let's go. Starting with that side bend. Lowering down, shortening that distance in the waist here. Bringing the rib down towards the hip as you shorten that distance. At least you know what to expect on this side now. Trying to keep both hips forward as we bend and return. Keeping that bottom tucked under slightly. Using that breath. Inhale, exhale to return. Really focus on this distance here. We want to keep the rest of the body still and we're just moving through the side waist here. For 5 more. Shoulders back and down, neck nice and relaxed in the hands. 2 more. Last one. All right, adding those arms in. So top hand to lead, other hand down by the waist, leading into that side bend, swapping, leading to return to the middle. Swap. Stay with me here for mermaid. In your own time. Again, we're just adding that little pause at the bottom while we swap hands, which is just putting those muscles on a little bit extra tension to get a good workout. Keep those hips forward as you start to get tired. Tuck the bottom in. If any of these exercises are too much for you, you can always go back to that starting side bend or have a little rest, then join back in when you're ready. Couple more here. Again, making sure we've got control in the lower limbs. They're staying nice and strong for our optimal positioning. Last one here. Leading with the hand, swap, lead back up to the middle. All right, you know what's next. Hands come behind head again. We are lowering, twisting, extending, return, untwist, back to center. Lower, twist, extend, return, twist, back to center. Stay with me if you can. You might find that one side feels a little bit more awkward or difficult. Just take note of that. This is my difficult side. And really try and slow things down and focus on that form. Take a break and reset if you need. Use your breath here. Try to keep that hip forward as you rotate. Nicely done. Couple more here. I know it's probably burning. Keep the ribs down. Bottom tucked under. Last one. All right, and we are finishing off with those pulses. Let's go. Halfway down, short, little squeeze through the side waist here. Feel that final burn. Keep the weight even between the knee and the foot. Chest facing the front. Nice and proud, hips forward. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, nicely done. Bring that knee back in. Again, reaching the hand down. You can sit back on the heels or stay up on the toes, reaching over the top to stretch through those oblique muscles. Have some nice big breaths here. One more big breath. And unfolding there. Give everything a little bit of a shake. Nicely done. Thank you for joining me for this oblique workout. I hope you got something out of it. I'll see you soon.